guys, what's up? Just finished a crazy session. Man, my students are killers. And I mean that not in a literal sense, but in a sense that they're so freaking good. Every time I teach and I roll with my students, I to be honest, like as an instructor and as a coach, it's really hard to navigate between when to take up levels, when to not go too hard. So I usually give my students the benefit of the doubt, like they're warming up and they go, but then they just bring it. It's crazy. At the same time, as prideful as I am and I want to be competitive and I go hard with my students, when they get me in a move, I'm so freaking proud. Like, I don't tell them this enough. I honestly don't, but I'm so proud. So on the topic, double leg Adam. No, not double leg Adam. Wrestler Adam. He wrestled so freaking tough. But not only has he wrestled, he's evolved his jiu-jitsu. So I go with Adam and he's putting me in Russian ties and clinches. And I don't really want to wrestle. I actually want to bait him to some stuff. So in this next video, you're going to see us roll. And keep in mind that I don't want to wrestle him because he's a good wrestler. I think eventually I take him down at some point. But I don't want to play his game because he's going to beat me in that wrestling game. So I'm trying to bait him into a single leg where I can do like a Kimura trap. But I'm never able to get the Kimura trap or the guillotine. So instead I end up scrambling out of his wrestling and taking his back. So hope you guys enjoy this breakdown. I'm so proud of Adam, of how far he's come. I met him a few years ago. He was just a wrestler. He was already good, but he was just a wrestler, so he'd make a lot of mistakes. But now to see him evolve his wrestling into jiu-jitsu has been really awesome. So hope you guys enjoy this breakdown between me and wrestler Adam. And what I'm trying to do in our match is very simple. I'm trying to really work my jiu-jitsu. Sumigaeshi, Kimura trap, and slowly work my way to his back and the Kimura, which eventually I get there. But he gave me a hard time with all that wrestling. So hope you guys enjoy this. Like always, please subscribe, leave some comments, show some love, and hope you guys enjoy this. All right, guys, like I mentioned before, Adam is a tough wrestler with very good jiu-jitsu skills. So this is a fun one. So I go for a few feints. He starts working his hand fighting and inside position, and he starts using his head to leverage an angle, which is really good. He's going to tie up with a Russian. He's going to connect his hands, and I'm in a bad position here. I need to square up with him and keep my hips back. He's going to be able to use this to start making me move and get to his hip body lock here. So I'm in a bad position here. I go for a Haragoshi. He switches all the way to the back. I'm able to tie up front headlock, and then I go to arm drag, and then now I start turning him, and I don't get the takedown. So we go back, look at his head position, my inside shoulder. I'm actually posturing high because I want him to go for a shot so I can set up a guillotine or a Kimura trap. So he goes for the single, I let him, and I mess up here because as I'm defending, he's going to start to move me and off balance me. So right here, I need to be more active and either go for the guillotine or the throw, or just hand fight, and get my leg out of his single leg position. He's pinching his knees. He hit body locks again. And so again, I'm in not a good position here. He switches to hit body lock, takes me down, doesn't get the takedown points because I pop back up. So I'm obviously playing the points here. I don't want to get scored on. So I pop back up. He's working the back. Because he's a wrestler, I'm trying to get him with a Kimura trap and a Kimura. He does a good job, and I'm able to hand fight and spin out of it. I arm drag. He's able to go with the momentum and get away from that. So we're back into this position. He has really good head position and really good Russian control. He's going to go behind my head, snap me down, make me try to posture. But actually what he's doing here is using that Russian tie and that head tie to set me up for a beautiful hip toss here. Almost like a Sumigaeshi. I'm able to pop back up, so he, again, doesn't get the points. I switch to a single leg, and I start popping up. But, of course, he's a wrestler. He has great balance and flexibility, and I'm not able to take him down. So he's able to use this position and leverage right back. So you see I'm trying to connect that single leg and really turn, and I switch all the way to the back because as a jiu-jitsu competitor, I like the back versus the single leg. And so I want to take his back. I want to take him down. he does a very good job hand fighting as well. And he's staying very neutral, not high posture and not a low base. If he gets a high posture, I can get a single. If he gets a low base, I can get his back. So I try to jump to his back. He does a good job blocking my right hand. You see how he's grabbing the wrist control? And now he's able to use that to come back and turn. And then he uses it to connect a shot, doesn't get it, and I'm going to arm drag him this time. He arm drags me back, and we turn, and now I'm on his back here, which is very favorable position for me because I'm the jiu-jitsu competitor here, right? So now I'm going to use the back, get my left hook here. I also made a little mistake there that you can notice in slow motion. There's too much space between my chest and his back. I shouldn't have done that, but I got away with it because he wasn't aware. And so now I have one hook in, I have my seatbelt grip, and I'm going to leverage that so that way he can open up a little bit. I'm going to also connect my leg over his hip, and I'm going to start pulling. I get my other hook here. I'm going to start pulling his shoulder to the other side. See, he wants his back flat. He's doing a great job defending. I'm going to sink in a forearm choke right there. So now I'm going to hide my left elbow behind his lat. And there's the finish. Pretty simple. By hiding the elbow behind the lat, he's not able to really hand fight from there. So now we do some more wrestling. I work my inside position. He works the clinch. I'm still trying to let him work a single because I really want a guillotine or a Kimura trap, but he doesn't fall for it. So then I go with an overgrip. He has wrist control, and he's using his head to control the inside. He's going to shoot for a single. I'm going to sprawl, defend. He's going to switch to a double. Beautiful transition. I'm going to sprawl again, push his head down, and start pointing my knee out towards the camera, if you could see. And by doing that, I'm able to slip out of that single leg position. So it was a good wrestling drill that I've been working on. So again, I want him to get that single leg, but I want him to get it on my terms. So now I'm going to switch to a Russian tie myself, drive my shoulder into his chest. He's going to use it to try to throw me with that arm control he had, but I don't fall. So instead I start passing his guard. He starts recovering, but I'm able to get to north-south. From north-south, I start to set up a Kimura trap. I'm going to throw my left leg over, fall towards his shoulder, pinch my knees, and start using my right leg and leverage it against his leg. I'm going to use that Kimura trap right there to start setting up an armbar. I'm going to triangle my legs though, because it's a new technique. Well, not a new technique, but a technique I've been working. By triangling the leg, I don't put my other leg over his chest. And usually when you do that, you give your opponent an opportunity to come up. So it's harder for him to come up actually because I'm isolating the shoulder. So I'm going to hook the left leg behind his head. He's going to hitchhiker escape, which is great. I'm setting that up. I know he wants to come up, and I'm going to try to use it to armbar. And so I have the opportunity here to go onto my left shoulder and face him, and then I can turn it into an armbar. I don't, however, because I try to stay on the arm because I have a chance to get the armbar from there. I could also bicep crush, but I choose not to because it's very risky, especially Nogi. He does a good job trying to defend. It would have been better for him to give up a sweep here to live to fight another day, but because he's trying to escape and pass, which is fine, it's a good option too, he's at risk for something else. So we laughed because it was close, but he was able to use his flexibility to get out of that armbar. So now he's going to use it to transition to a pass.
So again, I would like to see him give up that sweep and fall back. But since he tries to pass, I'm able to open up and immediately trap a triangle. And I have the arm trapped, and I angle right away. I create the angle, break his posture, and secure the triangle. So, some good lessons for him and for me. So we go again. I go immediately for a low leg single. I come up. He's got amazing flexibility. He's able to get out. So now I finally pull guard into one leg X, connect my foot to his hip, squeeze my knees, and start manipulating his balance and his base. I go to modified X guard, grip the heel and his elbow, use it to off balance him, try to come up. He does a good job putting weight back into me. I don't fight it. As he puts weight back into me, I suck his leg in, hook with my right foot into a simple hook sweep, butterfly sweep. I immediately use that to come up. I have my right hand ready to pummel the underhook. It's already there. I use my left post to actively post. Head is very close to his head. Shoulder is on his neck, and I'm able to pass as time runs out. So, very good roll. Very proud of Adam. Some transitions he did very well. Some things he could work on, like giving up the sweep to escape some of the submissions. At least he'll be out of trouble. But he has a good solid wrestling base, and his jiu-jitsu has improved so much, as you all can see. So, as always, leave me your thoughts in the comment section. And until next time, keep training.